Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. This is the second episode of our beginner series for Minecraft. If you enjoy, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, it really means a lot, and come and check me out on Twitch at the link in the description. Apologies also for the fan noises in the background and the varying quality and volume because of it. It is a hot English summer at the moment, so your boy does not do well in the summer. However, that all being said, it is a bit of a longer one than the first episode. Again, this is designed so that you can sit back, relax, and just chill. Minecraft is not meant to be a fast-paced game if you don't want it to be, and that's kind of what I want to emphasize with this series. You can go as quick or slow as you want, so that's kind of why all the videos are a bit longer and a bit slower. If that's not to your liking, or if there's anything else in the video that you find to be not to your liking, please do tell me in the comments. It means a lot and helps me improve and grow the channel. But without further ado, I shall leave you to go to Video Earth. Take care everybody, and enjoy the video. Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back everybody. To another YouTube thing, I guess. Yeah, this is the second episode. It is actually almost midday, of day number 3, because we played 2 days, thank God the stream started without problems. Honestly, yeah. Just ignore the entire bit that preceded this, trying to set things up for about 10 odd minutes almost. But yeah, so, anyways, welcome everyone. If you may remember last episode, we did the first couple of nights of the game. I explained the sort of starting kit you might want to get. And we've honestly had a pretty decent start. We've got these iron boots, we've got some enchanted leather trousers, we've got an iron pickaxe, and a bunch of other goodies. Now, we also have this tree. But what I want to do is I actually want to, for one thing, start cooking up some of this food. And I know, and it's at this point we should talk about a couple more technical details about the game. So for one thing, a single piece of coal can smelt 8 pieces of whatever you throw in there, effectively. In this case, it's going to be cooking meat. Using it on only like 1 or 2 pieces is a waste. 3 you can just about get away with, but I'd still say it's arguably a waste. But yeah, so we are going to use some of our wood here to create 2 stone pickaxes, because this iron pickaxe is going to be expressly used for mining diamonds, if we find them, because the ideal scenario is we find a load of diamonds and get a load of stuff, because today's plan is to do some sort of mining, which is, if you've ever played Minecraft before, which, even if you have played it a bit before, you'll realise mining can get a little boring. But yeah, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, though, there is some iron here, so we're going to be picking that up, because iron is always really useful to have. You can never get too much iron, really, throughout the game. It is a pretty essential resource, but most of the time you can only start off by finding it in ore veins. We'll get to how you can find it in other ways later, though, because there are some funky ways that you can, you know, use iron. But yeah. Additionally, I'm actually going to go and, well, the first thing I really wanted to do was build a house somewhere, like a little shack up here, which will require me to do a bit of terraforming, but that's just because I have a builder's mindset, and because this landscape is uneven, I want to make a wider plane to put my house on. That's one of the great things about this being a sandbox game. I could just leave it, or I can do what I'm going to do, which is something else. I'm also going to split the iron into 2 separate stacks to cook it quicker, and then we might be able to make myself a little bit of iron armor, potentially. Or some other items, depending on what we fancy. I'm going to also get a door, and I'm going to do a little trick here. This may look stupid because I've just put it like that. But the reason I put it like that is because of a pretty quirky little game mechanic involving zombies, where if you just place a door normally, a zombie can break down the door. But if for whatever reason you place it down like this and open it, it won't. I believe it's because it is technically seen as this is now technically seen as an open door by the game. Because I placed it and then like left clicked it to, well, left triggered in like on a console. I've done that to open it. As you can see in the bottom left of the screen, it says LT use, and that is basically just clicking a button and I open the door. So, yeah, a couple little bits of, well, one little bit of niche Minecraft trivia out of the way. The other thing I want to do is also make another crafting table for down when I'm mining. And I'm going to get a little bit more wood, which I will convert into sticks for making tools with. We don't really have enough coal at the moment to warrant a fair few things being done. We've got the iron as well. I'm going to go to sleep, and we're going to switch to the next day, and then I can start doing things. So we have all of this iron. For now, I think I'm just going to put this away. We don't really need to worry about it. And we've got ourselves an apple. This will be quite useful. It's a surprise tool that will help us later, as Mickey Mouse always says. Because you can do a few things with apples. They're a nice source of food, but if you surround them... In fact, I have the perfect amount of gold for this. So we're going to show a recipe that I can make, which is the golden apple, which is if I surround an apple with 8 gold, it creates a regenerative item, which can be used to heal me. Now, right now, I don't really need that. What I actually want to do is investigate these noises coming from above me, because I don't like the sound of that. Oh, it's a wandering trader. I thought I heard the voice of some sort of villager. Yeah, the wandering villager, for those who don't know, sells you a bunch of random items. Usually you don't need many of them. If you're a builder, you might want to buy some stuff like spruce logs or something, or it's a good way of selling things to get emeralds. But really in the early game, he's a good source of leather. Yeah, that guy can politely shove off. We also got a few pieces of rotten flesh. And I can see some more iron above. Now, unfortunately, we don't need this fellow, and in fact... Yeah, I don't know why I'm so mean to the poor wandering traders, but there we go. I don't actually hate them, it's just... Without the llamas, you know, I can't leave a grieving man alive. That would be just unfair. Anyway, we've just got 6 more iron out of that trip. I'm gonna just put it away because, again, we don't really... Well, you know what? It might actually be kind of useful if we gear up as best as we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to graduate from this rusty old copper chest plate that isn't doing anything. And I'm gonna get myself an iron chest plate. And now we have slightly better armor. You'll notice my armor's gone up a bit. We're going to get ourselves that and a helmet. And then these 3 iron I will just leave in there for now. What we are going to do, however... First things first, I'm going to actually mine out an area to build my house in the future, which will also give me a load of cobblestone. But yeah. Now, what you kind of want to do when you're mining for the very first time is a little technique called strip mining. Unless you can find a really big cavern, you kind of want to do strip mining. Oh, I found coal. We'll deal with that in a bit. Basically, strip mining is literally just sort of digging into a wall, effectively doing this sort of motion, what I'm doing. Like, I've just made a tunnel through which I can now walk, right? Except, obviously, this is underground and there's a load of stone around you. It is technically the most efficient mining method in the game. Even though you wouldn't think it, it is technically the most efficient method, because you might be walking along here, but there might be ores off this way or ores off that way that you just can't see because I'm walking along here, which is then why you make a bunch of side branches. So that will be the idea of what we're doing. But first things first, yeah, we are going to hop around and just sort of see what's going on. There's a dark oak wood forest next door to us. I'd like to find a cave if I can. Relatively nearby to the base so that I can just do some mining. Whoa. It does not look like there is one though, which is a little bit unfortunate. Instead, I'm now going to have to basically dig down. What you're basically just going to do is make a staircase. If you can't find it, I'll show you how to do it if I can't find a cave. Or I'll show you how to do the start of it. It's pretty damn simple, and I'll have Editor Earth cut to points in time where we need to discuss things regarding ores and such. Okay. We have found a small cave. Nothing substantial, but there we go. We can check through it. There's some copper, and there's just some coal at the end. If it doesn't look like there's much of anything, we don't have to really look through it. I might put a single torch here just to sort of show to myself in the future I've been through here. You can also see, though, that if I go up here, not much is really here. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty caveless area, as I can see. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the base, and we're going to get ourselves... I'm going to clean this up. We're going to go get ourselves some sort of a strip mine going. So I will see you again in a minute. Alright, so we're going to make the mine entrance here. Now, typically, just to start off, you only want to make this a 1 block wide entrance. And effectively, all we're doing is digging down. So you're going to dig 2 blocks in front of you and 1 block down. It's not particularly difficult. And then it means that, you know, going back up, you can just jump up. In future, we will want to increase the actual height and add stairs into this so that you can just simply run down. So that it run up and down, so that it makes it quicker, and also so that it takes up less hunger. But for now, this will do. Additionally, at certain points when it gets dark down here, mobs will spawn, so you need to put torches down. Pop them wherever you see fit. Hi, Editor Earth here. And we're just going to keep doing this. What Video Earth is saying isn't exactly true. But yeah, I will see you guys in a bit when we have, I guess, something to discuss. If we have something to discuss, because this section is quite boring and is literally just going to be the process of me doing this for the next 5 odd minutes. I say that actually, and we have found coal, and it does bring me on to one pretty important topic. If you do find ores, do feel free to mine them up. And additionally, it is worth mentioning that there are certain different heights that different ores tend to spawn at. And there are certain ideal heights to be mining things at. I believe the 60s, if you notice in the upper left corner of my screen, I have position and 3 different numbers. These are my coordinates in the world, and you'll see they change when I move about. It is this middle number, the 64 number, which is now 63, that we want to focus on. This number is called the Y level, and basically, depending on what the Y level is, certain different ores will be more likely to spawn at these levels. So, iron and coal and copper are more likely to spawn at around this level, if I'm remembering this correctly. I'm also going to fill in the hole that I've left, because I'm a bit of a neat freak. You don't have to do this, I just find it is good practice, and it means I can still get back up. Speaking of which, it's going to turn night soon, but I'm going to keep digging. So yeah, there are different heights that different ores and such tend to spawn at. Diamond, and basically the Y level of the world goes from -64 to +320. Okay? Diamonds, for example, you saw the 2 diamonds in my chest, those tend to spawn when mining them at around minus 57 to 59. Like, minus 57 to minus 59 is the ideal location to mine for them, but they spawn basically anywhere under Y level 16. Gold, I believe, spawns anywhere under Y level 32, but is pretty ideally found either in Badlands biomes, specifically on the surface, or, I believe at around Y level 20. I'm not exactly sure, but there are many... Oh, that broke. There are many different sites on the internet and such that you can research if you want to know the idealistic stats for all of this. Personally, the main one we're looking for is the diamond Y level. We have just hit granite. This is more of an aesthetic block than anything. It doesn't really have much of a practical purpose, but it is... it's the polished variant is decently pretty. But, you know, not so much the other variants, I find. But that's just my personal take anyway. We're going to keep digging down until we get to the deep slate level, which is around about Y level 5. We are now at level 19, so we can start finding gold, redstone, and lapis at this level, by the way. But currently we haven't found any yet. My pickaxe also just broke, but in case anybody was unaware... gold and redstone require an iron pickaxe to be mined. Lapis lazuli requires only a stone pickaxe or above in quality to be mined. However, we haven't found any of those yet because they all basically spawn under... They roughly all spawn under Y level 30 for all intents and purposes. Like, if you look at around that area, preferably below Y level 20, you will find most of what you need to do. So we've mined down deep enough. We're now at level 7, and we've reached this. This is the deep slate layer. And as you can see, I've picked it up. It is cobbled deep slate. This is normal deep slate, and when you break it, much like stone to cobblestone, it becomes a cobbled variant of itself. You can turn it into... like, if I go in here, I can turn this into polished deep slate, for example. But yeah. So we are gonna keep mining down. Again, it's also at this point that ores start looking different. They have their own deep slate variants. We haven't found any yet, by the way. We have found copper and coal, and that is it. So we've been quite unlucky, unfortunately, so I don't get to show you some of these actual ore blocks. But given that Minecraft is such a famous game, I'm sure you've probably seen some of them inevitably somewhere. So, yeah. Again, I hope strongly that I will be able to find some of these ores. Deep slate is also harder to dig through than stone, by the way. You can see how slow my stone pickaxe is breaking the deep slate. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say. Again, this is a really boring process, so I'm once again going to cut and come back when we've got something interesting to show you. Ooh, here's something noteworthy. Right, welcome back. You join us when we have found another new block. This is tough, and honestly, it makes a much prettier polished version of a block. It's, again, another one of these aesthetic blocks. As you can see, like, relative to deep slate, it mines quicker, so there we go. You find pockets of this a lot of the time in the deep slate layer. It's pretty cool. I personally really enjoy it as a block. It is one of my favourite little colour aesthetic blocks, so yeah. Now, we are currently at minus 29 as well, and we still have not found anything, which has really annoyed me. Hopefully what we will do is reach the minus 50s and then begin strip mining for diamonds, and I can sort of show you how to basically go about trying to get diamonds, because we have gotten quite unlucky, which is unfortunate. And again, this is one of the things where strip mining doesn't look like it yields a lot of results, but it actually does yield a surprising amount. Because it's much more efficient than just mining out a giant area, because mining out a giant area is only a small area of land, if that makes sense. I find it really hard to explain because I'm not very good at maths and stuff, but yeah. When you make a bunch of strip mines, it means you can see where all the ores are without having to just systematically mine through everything like some sort of robot. But yeah. Ooh! As if by magic he's found diamonds. Now, I am going to drop in. Now, one thing that we must not do with a diamond. Okay, first things first. This is a deep slate cave. Congratulations, we have found something in this godforsaken abyss. Here is a diamond. What we do not want to do is break it and have it fall into lava, because that can happen, and lava spawns at this level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig around the diamond, or diamonds in this case, and see how many there are. So currently we have found 2. There seems to be nothing under them, so we can mine them with the iron pick now. And there we have it. 2 diamonds acquired. Now, I mentioned these were more common in the minus 50s, but again, that doesn't mean we can't find them in the minus 40s. They only get more common the further underground they are. Because it's based off of real-world patterns of carbon and coal being compressed into diamond. Now, this is a relatively extensive cave, and my own sort of technique when it comes to exploring things is place a torch on the left side. We also have some lava going into a lava pool. So I'm going to block that off. And I'm going to place a torch down here. Now, we have also found some deep slate iron ore, which is good. This is just like normal iron ore, except it takes a little extra to mine, and can still be mined with the stone pickaxe. I was about to say, have we found some sort of dungeon? But no, it's just that. What we have found, however, is redstone. Now, redstone is basically the electricity of the Minecraft world. And as I mentioned earlier, you need an iron pickaxe to mine it. It drops multiples, a bit like copper. And you'll notice when I hit it, or indeed when I run over it, but I can't really do that. But if I just let the redstone sit for a minute, so that it does its thing, I'll mine up this iron while I'm at it. If I let it maybe cool off for a minute, I don't know. I can't wait too long, I can't be bothered. But basically, if it were just dark like it was a moment ago and I stepped on it, it would light up. So it's a really interesting resource, and we've just got half a stack of it, as well as a few pieces of iron. Now, we can continue going this way. And indeed, there are some funky things that are happening. Right? Like, there's all of this to be seen. Let's see if that has done anything. Not particularly. There is also a bunch of lava up here, so I'm going to get my stone pickaxe out again, and I'm going to try and avoid it. In fact, I don't really see a need to, because there's nothing that I can see up there. There is some redstone. So what I actually might do is, given we're not finding anything wooden right now, I'm going to mine up the redstone. In the case of redstone, it doesn't matter so much if it falls into lava below you, just make sure you don't fall into lava. Otherwise, you're going to start losing items, and that's what we don't really want you to do, because that's quite bad. And it's quite frustrating as a player to lose all your items in lava. Mercifully, however, we've gotten ourselves a little over a stack of redstone. Now, as I say, this is the electricity of the Minecraft world. I personally have very little idea how it works. I'm not very good with redstone. We're also going to pop down here real quick just to see if there's anything. There's no diamonds or anything down here, so we're going to keep moving along. And what we're going to do is we're going to move back this way. And you see, when we were going outwards, we had them on the left, but now we're coming back, they're on the right, so you can tell which way we've come from. This can get confusing, but still. Now, we brought a water bucket with us, because I can do something a little like this. And quite conveniently, there is one piece of lava left, but I'm going to add another torch just to make sure that the light level doesn't dip. And I'm going to carry on. as you can see in this area, there is well, there's lava above from what I can see. If you did notice, there was like didn't notice. Thank you, Xylon. Some red drops just came down from the ceiling. That was an indicator of lava. And actually, did I just? Oh yeah, you see, I just ran over it and it lit up. There we go. I got an example. Haha. But no. Up here, there's like another sort of cave area, and then back up here, where we originally entered. You know, out in this area. There's this direction as well. There was another direction up there. We'll go this direction next, just because why not? And you'll see round here is even more lava. Just keep blocking off the lava. Now, gold is another valuable thing. But it needs an iron pickaxe, at the very least, to mine. Fortunately, we have a decent amount of it. Now, oh, there's a pool of lava. Well... that didn't really do a lot. Ah, yes, you'll sometimes also get cave noises randomly. Don't worry about them, they're just a little jump scare. Anyway. Okay, gold. We've got some gold here. We don't really need to continue exploring this way. We can go back there later. Or we can do the silly thing and try and go that way anyway. I'm going to try and make a 2-block wide bridge. In Bedrock Edition, you can place blocks in front of you without needing to stand on them. Also, without needing to, like, turn around to place them behind you. So, that's a benefit I have. I'm just going to try and get a load of ores. As long as they're, like, iron, gold, copper, redstone, diamonds, or lapis lazuli, I'll get them. And then I'll probably head back to the surface and potentially call this episode good. Because this is just sort of the basics of mining. This is a bit more of a boring episode, I'll grant you. But there we go. There is a lot of redstone actually down here. Ooh, we have a good opportunity here. Remember that Enderman that... Oh. Come here, Endy. Come here, Endometriosis. I wish to kill you. Oh, hello. Okay, when that noise dissipates, it's generally because the Enderman's gone. Oh no. Oh dear. That guy has a flame bow. Ow. Okay, we might die here. I'm just gonna block this, because my... Yeah. Okay. Okay, this time... Did we get anything? ND! Fuck's sake, he keeps... Coming around the corner. Let me just dig out an area. Come back, you bastard! Come here, you melt. Hello. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, buddy. You may also notice, by the way, he still did 3.5 hearts of damage, despite the fact that I have, like, 6 bars of armor. Endermen are no joke, but we did get an ender pearl. I think I explained last episode that these are used for us to teleport. If not, we can throw them and we can teleport with them. It's been some time since the last episode, so forgive me for not getting everything right. Now, Good news, this cave is pretty big. Bad news, I currently don't have any more torches, so even though there's iron, I'm actually going to go back up to the surface. Because I would like to go and get more stuff so I can continue mining. Welcome back, YouTube. We are back in the cave after having gone and gotten 16 torches. Am I going the right way for this? I don't think I am. I do not know, because it was the other way, because the stairs are over here. Right, yeah, it was over here. Okay. Now, at this point, I can probably just place torches on the ground, just to light the area up. There are times when I'm traveling through tunnels where I don't do this, but in open areas, yeah. I'm gonna put one down here as well, just so that I don't have to come back. Generally, if there's some ore somewhere that I want to get, like this iron, I am gonna make an effort to actually, you know, mine up said iron and put a torch down and stuff. But yeah. If I'm going down here, as you can see, there's a little more iron, so I'm going to, you know, torch, mine, repeat, etc. Now, you may notice that we can't really see any diamonds in the ceiling or anything. There is some iron in the ceiling though, so I'll get that. That's not okay. I'm just having a moment of, dare I say, color blindness as I try to figure out what is and what isn't a diamond. In fact, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably put this here. In this area of the, in fact. There. That will do. I don't give a damn. So yeah. Okay. Ooh, we've found something new again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amethyst geode that we've just discovered. Now amethyst is purple. But what we've got on the outside of it first are 2 blocks here. This is smooth basalt and calcite. Or if you're an Andor fan, calcite. Deep substrate foliated calcite. No, but on a serious note, there's the amethyst there. Now, calcite is one of my favourite blocks as a builder. Or calcite is one of my favourite blocks as a builder, so I will be getting it along with the smooth basalt because both of them make for very nice white and black blocks. This, however, is the inside of the geode. Now, you'll notice there are crystals of different size. This is a fully grown amethyst crystal. If I mine it, you'll see it emits a bit of light up until I break it. But then I gain amethyst shards. Now these can be used, as the crafting recipe shows, to make a block of amethyst, but as you also may have seen from the recipes up there, it can and will be used for making other things. Like, for example, a spyglass, which you can use to see slightly further away from you. Or a calibrated sculk sensor. We will get onto the topic of sculk much later, because it is a quite late game item. It generally requires you to already have done things, and I'm not even sure if we will entirely get onto the concept of sculk by the end of this beginner's run. But there we go. Now, there's some iron just outside of here, and then a little drop. I'm not going to investigate that, because there seems to be nothing down there. But I will come back and mine up all of this amethyst, calcite, and basalt at some point. Just not right now. Ooh, Lush Cave. We're currently recording for YouTube, by the way. Ah, here we go. Some other new things I can talk about. Hooray. Yeah, so this area here, although very small compared to others, is part of a lush cave biome. And I have a feeling if I dig through this wall, we may end up finding more lush cave stuff. Because surely this can't be the only bit of lush cave. Hanging in there, thank you. Ah, splendid indeed. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, at least. Well, I say doing well. Hanging in there. Hanging in there is better than not hanging in there, so fair enough. That's good. But yes, to my YouTube audience, this is a flowering azalea, and its counterpart, the normal azalea, and this is moss. I can pick this up and do all sorts of wonderful things with it, so I'm actually going to take some. Crazy as that might sound, I'm also going to take some of the moss carpet as well. Because basically, there's vines in here too. Because basically, this... Oh, hello skeleton. This allows me access to the azalea tree. We're going to need torches, but we have found something of an aquifer. And we've found lapis. But to get back onto the topic of what I was just discussing, the lush cave is pretty nice because it gives some pretty cool nature-based items. But yeah, this meanwhile is lapis. Sorry YouTube, I'm having to address Twitch chat. This is a friendly reminder. Come along to Twitch if you want to see where the source of the YouTube videos is. It also means you'll get access to me doing this stuff a little bit earlier than YouTube, which is always a benefit for the people on Twitch. I am a Twitch streamer first and foremost, but making these videos for you guys I still love doing, so, you know. Anywho, back to the point I was trying to make. Ah, that's it, yes. If we go back to where we were, the Lush Cave. The Lush Cave is a really nice little biome. Admittedly, this is a very small part of it. These are just some nice cosmetic blocks to have, and moss can be used for making farms in the future. But that's all much later. This, meanwhile, is lapis lazuli. This is what we need to use for enchanting. We've been here already. We can go back. I think, to be honest, that probably puts an end to our mining adventure, if only I can figure out which way I came from. It was down here somewhere, I think. And... yeah, up here. No, not up here. Where Earth's chosen without our Earth is just air. Yeah, that's a valid point. I'll accept that. That's not wrong. Anyway. That's the wrong way. Which is the right way, please? This is why you generally need to put things on the sides of whatever it is you're making. But hey ho, here we go. I can't find my way back. This is a problem I have come across in the past. Don't worry, I promise I know a degree of what I'm doing. Is it this way? No. So it's not this way. I swear I know what I'm doing. Is it this way? Might be this way. Yes, it is this way, because then we come back this way. Yep, found it. We're good. But yes, I will get back up to the surface and then we can basically end this. Bed. Right. Okay. We are also filling up the chest quite rapidly. I have noticed. But yeah, okay. So, to put not too fine a point on it, yeah. Mining trip complete. Diamonds have been acquired. Excuse me. Diamonds have been acquired. We even got ourselves an ender pearl for the first time. We got some more iron. We got a little bit extra gold. We discovered amethyst, basalt, and calcite, or smooth basalt and calcite. Got ourselves a bunch of lovely different things. Lapis lazuli, which we actually got from a shipwreck last time, but that's where you find it, in a cave. Got some moss. We even got 2 different types of azalea tree, or azalea saplings, technically. And we even got some moss carpet. So all in all, today's been a pretty good job well done. Effectively, what I'll be doing at some point is probably some sort of off-camera mining, trying to develop my kit to at least have full iron armor and full iron tools, which, to be honest, is actually quite achievable, given that we acquired a load of iron over the course of this journey. Next episode, I will be building a house for myself to live in. This is effectively your little starter shack. We'll get to dealing with that next time. But for now, thank you everybody, take care, and I'll hand you over to Editing Earth for some closing messages. Thank you, Video Earth. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching the video. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you watching all the way through. Once again, this is a reminder to like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you enjoyed. Comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, so I can help improve the channel. And also, check me out on Twitch. The link will be in the description. Until next time, everybody, thank you ever so much, and goodbye.